So I was sitting in Atlanta when I was on tour, and I was talking to this guy, and I was like, saying all these different things about where I want to go, and he was like, I said something like, I'm an African American man. We was talking about something. He was like, oh, you ever been to Africa? And I was like, nah. And he was like, so you're an African American man and you've never been to Africa? And I was like, damn. And it hurt even more that a white dude said it.
Ooh.
It was like, damn. So I was like, I need to go to Africa. So I started looking into what I could do to go and all these different things. So I got a homie named Ayo who's from Nigeria. Met through my guy Frank. Shout out Frank. And Ayo was telling me he was actually getting ready to go back over there and do some things for the kids, and telling me how everybody comes over there and they usually bring clothes or money, but they never really bring things to help these kids or whatever. So I was like, man, let's go. I'm down to go. So we all go over there, and immediately when we get over there, we realize right before we kind of knew it was they're not as advanced in technology as we are over here, right? As for they got computers and different things like that, but they don't have it in abundance like we do.
Mm-hmm.
So we was already talking about bringing laptops over there for the kids, but I got a homegirl who works in AI. She has a dope program that we was we could put onto the laptops to where it could help the kids learn to navigate through the computer faster. So we go over there, bro. And immediately, dog, when I get over there, it was like a culture shock. It was like a real culture shock because the first thing is so hot.
At the airport.
Bro.
The airport, like a bus terminal. No disrespect, but I'll let you finish, but we got a story. All right.
We got a few stories.
We got a lot of stories about.
Bro, it was so hot to where immediately, it make you take the labels off. You feel like you're not worried about getting fly every day.
Nah.
You ain't worried about your outfit. You ain't worried about that. So that process puts you in humanity. You know what I'm saying? So now you moving how you don't have to move over here. A lot of it over here is about elitist and status and all these different things, what kind of shoes you got on. Over there is what you really contributing to our people. You know what I mean? How are you helping us as a people? So I get over there, man, and I'm moving through. So we would stand on the island, and then we were going to the mainland every day.
Mm-hmm.
So we going into the mainland, and I'm seeing just cows and people just selling everything they could find and doing all these different things. So I met this kid. Kid's in front of the store. He's rapping or whatever. I'm like, damn, this kid kind of dope. I ended up posting the kid or whatever.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, posted him. It went up. Everybody in Nigeria start
tagging them and all.
Yeah, start tagging them, everything, right? So I immediately started getting hit. Yo, we want you to come to this radio station. Yo, we want you to come to this thing. We want you to come to Africa Today. It's the CNN Africa over there. So now I'm on a press run. You know what I mean?
Organic.
I'm on an organic press run, just literally went there to see the city. I'm on a press run, and I'm bringing Lucky with me. Bringing them with me, talking about everything. So on the first day, we go do some interviews, and I'm like, man, I'm hungry. So we go over to this restaurant across the street, and we get some food, and I'm like, what you want to eat? And he I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, what you mean? So my homie, he Lucky, you ever ate at a restaurant? He no.
Damn. How old was he?
14. He was like, you ever had a hamburger or anything? He was like, no. It was pretty much he eats rice and these things called bones every day, which is these small chicken, they chicken gizzards kind of. So we get him a hamburger, bro, and I watch him eat the hamburger, and it immediately made me just be like, bro, we got life fucked up. We got life fucked up over here, bro. We be so consumed with the bullshit to where it's we don't even really see the life in front of us. So from that day, from when I seen that, I just started living in it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I just start going where the people was at. If people was hitting me like, yo, you got this going on, I'm like, I'm pulling up. DeVito had a concert. I pulled up. He brought me out on stage. You know, so one thing I noticed was just like the love. I'm doing all this movement. I ain't looked over my shoulder one time. I ain't felt like nobody was about to rob me one time. I ain't feel like nobody was finna take my jewelry or do something to my son not one time. Now, they gonna ask you for some money. They gonna ask you for some money. You know what I mean?
I saw when you pulled up with the van.
Yeah, they gonna ask you for a little money. But it wasn't like I felt threatened if I didn't give them any.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was just like, God, like this is how it should feel with us amongst our people. It shouldn't feel like I gotta have a gun to go to this spot because bro might take my chain, or I gotta park my car over here because, you know, like it didn't feel like that not one time. It just felt like love. So it just really put me in a space, bro, of like living and just letting life happen instead of trying to make it happen.
How long was you there for?
2 weeks. I was there for 2 weeks. I was supposed to go to Ghana the second week, and then I just fell in love with the people in Nigeria. I was like, bro, I'm staying here. Like, fuck it, I'm here with the people.
That you said something. So is that what you found? Because you said this quote. You said that we buy things here to showcase a part of ourselves that we never took time to find. And so I'm wondering, is that what you found, that inner peace to saying like, this is what life should be?
Bro, like, I ain't really, if you peep, like the last, like, since I got back, I ain't really been wearing jewelry. I wear my watch, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't really wear it because over there it made me realize, like, bro, this shit don't make me a better rapper. It don't make me a better person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something to show people, to get them to pay attention to me. I could find another way to do that. I'm creative enough to find another way to do that. So it's like, I ain't about to just feel like I gotta just put on jewelry every day to go do an interview or make people rock with my music. You either gonna rock with it or you not. And I'm at peace with that. I'm not trying to impress you no more.
Liberating feeling?
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, let life happen. However it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
And that was because of Nigeria?
All because of Nigeria, bro. The whole time. Like, the first 2 days was rough.
Why?
Like, because you can't really shower the way we shower over here because we can't drink their water. So as nice as a house that we was in, the shower thing was still like a sprinkler. So it's like I'm washing my body, but I can't really wash my face. I'm washing my face with a bottle of water, brushing my teeth with a bottle of water. You know, so it was just like,
That's fact, yeah.
It was a culture shock. But it's like once you get used to it, you get used to the heat. You ain't really tripping off like clothes and what you gotta wear and like all these different things. It's just like it's people in the club actually partying.
Yeah.
Now the parties is crazy.
Party's crazy. You
Like,
said
they dance.
you didn't move around with any security?
You know, I had security.
Okay.
I had top flight security.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
I had top flight security of the world.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We had cops.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them rappers that become, I'm out here on my jewelry on, cuz.
Nah, I was
A mirror every day, no security.
Yeah,
That ain't
yeah.
me, champ. I was running around with cops, champ. I got my son out there. I gotta get back home.
Military.
Yeah, I gotta get back home, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
I gotta get home.
That's how we was moving, man.
At all times.
Yeah, everywhere. They
was like-
slept at the house.
Yeah. Outside waiting for us.
Yeah, they was at the crib. Like, it
Okay.
was serious.
Yeah,
but-
I was like, I thought that part got left out there. I was like, wait, did he have no skill? Okay, he did.
Yeah, nah, I definitely did. But
Safety first.
nah, going over there, like it showed me, and then like I shot the music video that we just dropped, Top G over there. And even how that happened, like,
That was in the projects?
bro, like one of the worst hoods over there. It's called Lagos Island.
How'd that happen?
Dog, I'm in the crib. Now keep in mind, I bring a studio over there. So my crazy ass
What do you
is
mean you
fine.
bring a studio?
Like I brought like a laptop
Okay.
with like a mic and like a studio setup.
Okay.
So my ass over there finding random people on the street that's singing. Like, bro, come to the crib. Like, get on the Sprinter. Like, come to the crib. Like I'm to the point my homie I was like, Sim, you gotta chill. Like
doing too much.
Yeah, like everybody can't just be coming over there like that.
Way too much.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chill. So I'm bringing people to the crib, bro, and they just recording. Like they recording, and I'm like, damn, these dudes is talented as hell. Like, they talented as hell. So the engineer who I had engineering, I kept telling him like, no, we had got back. The day we had got back from taking the laptops to the school. We got 100 laptops to the school. We went and did that. I got back, and my homie Self, who was the engineer that was engineering all the kids that was over there, he was like, bro, is this something you wanted to do, like, before you get up out of here? Because I was leaving in 2 days. And I was like, man, I did want to shoot a video, but I couldn't really get it how I wanted to get it. And he was like, what you want it to look like? I was like, bro, I want to show Nigeria. Like, I don't want to show the island.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we could show that too. Like, let's show both sides. Let's show the difference between the island and the mainland. So if you watch the video, it's a conversation with me and myself. Like, that's kind of like the island and the mainland.
Mm.
So I'm starting off in the mansion, right, where I'm in the crib. That's the island where the cribs is nice and it's gold trimming on the tile and the marble and everything.
Banana Island?
Nah, it's Lagos Island.
Okay.
So these were the big cribs and everything. But then when you go into the mainland, it's more poverty. So we showing both sides of it. So I'm telling him that I want to show that. And he like, I got the perfect people for you. So he called his production crew called Whack People. And they come through and literally, bro, like 2 hours. Like, just pull up to the crib. They like, yeah, bro, what you want to do? I'm like, man, I want to shoot a video, but like, I want it to look clean. I don't want it to look like we just had a regular DSLR camera and we just shot whatever. And he was like, nah, I got you. He was like, give me a couple hours. Right? So he called back in like 6 hours. He was like, when you want to shoot? I'm like, shit, we could shoot now. He like, I'm on the way. So they pull up, bro. They got all the equipment. We go to this spot where my man Vector, that's his neighborhood that we was at. So that whole community over there, Vector take care of a lot of that community. He's a big staple over there. He's like what Kendrick Lamar is to us. He's that to them over there. So go meet Vector, tell him what I want to do. He's like, come on, bro, I'll take you through. We go through the neighborhood. We just film the video, bro, like all night. And we just chilling. Like, we eating, like, I'm taking they herbal shots and everything.
You got
like,
some Jell-O fries?
Yeah, I ate Jell-O off every day. But I was just over there, bro, just rocking with the people. I had my son with me outside, bro. It was like 12 midnight. We just out there in the neighborhood kicking in with the kids, and it was just love. It was love. So it's definitely something that's a part of my life at this point, because we actually ended up signing Lucky.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah. So we got him a spot over there. He has a studio over there now because he was living in a straw house with 7 siblings. His parents less fortunate. So we actually, got him in a better situation. He's making music. But the thing that impressed us about Lucky the most was more than the music and everything. He said the main thing he wanted in life was to learn, because he never really had the chance to go to school. So we helping him, get in school and learning. So more than just putting his music out and like trying to turn him to a rap star, it's like allowing him the ability to grow up and have a dream. I feel like a lot of kids over there don't really get the time to dream. So that's something that we want to provide for him.
Oh, that's dope.
That's context, man. We talk about education reform
here,
but we miss the part where it's like there's people who only have access to education.
Yeah.
So that's big. I mean, when you were there, one of the things we saw was the amount of youth.
Yeah.
There's so much youth.
Yeah.
And so we always look at Africa as a place, especially Nigeria, as a place of like tremendous resource, right? Because imagine if you give or you help import education, import mindset, import infrastructure and business. What does the country look like? What does the continent look like? Is that something that you plan to do going forward, continuously going to Africa, going to different countries inside of the continent?
So me and Vector actually is working on a project together, and we actually are shooting a documentary that we started over there, and it's called Bridge the Gap. And it speaks on, and the documentary will be the first documentary produced by my media company that I was telling you guys about. But it goes into the difference between, and so does the project we making with the music to it. It goes into the difference between the African and the African American, and statistically, a whole bunch of different things that we cover, and why we are the way we are. And really kind of highlighting that to motivate people over here to stop looking at Africa as a place with just kids with flies in their face, that like what America shows us over here. Like a lot of Americans think that a lot of Africans don't rock with us over there. And I asked that question over there, and that's not necessarily true. The media paints that perception, so we look at them that way, and there's this combative spirit. But really, bro, our people love us. They love us over there. So if we took time to actually go over there and like, okay, let's build a school. Let's build a gymnasium. Let's build studios. Let's build, like I seen 3 gas stations the whole time I was there, bro. Like, let's go build some gas stations over there. You know what I mean? Like, what's the process? Even if we can't figure out how to do it, let's figure the process out so the next generation can. But I feel like that's something we need to look forward to, because on some real shit, like, America ain't doing too good right now, champ. You know what I mean? And eventually we gonna have to go over there and see what's going on with our people. So it's important that we start somewhere. We got to start somewhere, but that's definitely something I'm interested in, is, you know, getting some things going over there and bringing more people back over there so we could unify over there.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We've been tapping in a lot with the continent, and we were in D.C. a while ago, and we was talking to some people from East Africa, and one of the women specifically, she was talking about the movie Black Panther. Right, very insightful. You're from the Bay Area, so like the Black Panther movie, especially that first one, it's a lot of hidden messages in that. Like, I mean, obviously the Black Panther Party started in Oakland, but as far as like how she described it to me was ill. She was like, you know, it's like a parent that has a child, right, where the child might have been abducted, and the parent didn't really fight for the child. So it's 2 parts to this. Now the child starts to act out, right? Becomes more sexually active, joins gangs. It's all out of like frustration because they have an attachment to their biological parents, but they don't necessarily know them, but they've never really gotten over that feeling of just being kicked out and left alone, and not like, you never came back for me. And then the parents have some sort of a grief, and they kind of feel some sort of blame for not going after the child. So it's trauma on both sides, right? And it's like the only way to really heal that trauma is to be reconnected. And it was like Killmonger in the movie, like he's a very rebellious person, and it's like his story to me is like the story of African Americans, right? And it's like, I feel like we've both been played against each other, where it's like we look at it
big
like,
time.
Not everybody, but there's been a campaign in the media to be like, oh, these Africans don't care about you, da-da-da-da, like they sold you to slavery, da-da-da-da. And then the Africans is like, well, they're slaves, like they're nonsense, they're always troublemakers in America, they always get in trouble, they killing each other, they doing all of that, right? But it's like, there's reasons for both sides why there's dysfunction. And now I think it's dope, and especially with the music, is now we starting to bridge that gap, and we realizing that there's more similarities than differences, and we have expertise that could be beneficial, because we went through a system in America that nobody has ever gone through, and we survived it. And they have the resources, so it's like if we can lend our expertise with their traditions and their resources, now that's an unstoppable combination.
It's very unstoppable. It will make us like the most dominant place on earth. You know what I mean? Like I'm fully for it, bro. Like I'm all for it. That's a great analogy you just broke down too. I gotta rewatch the movie now from that perspective, because that's dope. You know what's crazy? Somebody told me over there, it was like They was like one of the main reasons, like, we look at you guys with an eye up is because you guys put your data in retirement homes. And I said, what you mean? They was like, you guys put your grandparents and your mothers in retirement homes when those are the people who have the information to feed the children. How are the kids supposed to learn when you're in the midst of living life and learning yourself? Those are the people that lived it. They're supposed to pass that down. That's something, we don't do that over here.
Yeah.
And I never looked at it like that.
That was one of the conversations we had with Akon as well. And he was like, the wisdom of the elders.
Yeah.
Like even at a level of success or quote unquote success that he's had, he still, before he makes a decision, checks in with his elders.
Yeah.
Because they have wisdom. Even if it's not in the business sense, they have wisdom of life.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's one of the things that's missing. That when we talk about generational gaps, it's like, how do we keep our elders as a part of the lineage of information to a younger generation, right? We talk about the population being so young in Africa, but do they know those traditions of tapping in with the elders?
Facts.
Right? Because there's a certain level of knowledge that they can pass down, right? And you add that knowledge to the creativity, the innovation, and the energy that the youth have, and that becomes an unstoppable force.
Unstoppable.
We got to realize it, though.
1,000%.
But I think that was done intentionally.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.